Good afternoon, students. So in the last lab, we have started with the array programs, array practicals that were done. And then for your practice work, I have just given you that how to take 10 numbers using array, right? So we'll be continuing with that portion that continuing with the other array programs. So is my screen visible to all? Okay. So in the last lab, we have discussed till taking the until 32 two programs in which you need to take an array. You need to read and store the roll number of 20 roll number and marks of 20 students. So in that program we have learned how to declare an array, how to take the user input for an array. So in the next program, what we have to do is we have to take a 10 numbers from the array, and you need to check whether the number is odd or the number is even. So for your practice work, I have given you that you have to take 10 numbers using array, and further I will do it. So this is the program, which is in this first line. I have declared the array of 50, and I have taken the loop variable and other variables needed. So I'm taking the array size from the user, that whether it is 5, 10 or anything, not more than 50. And in the next line, next printf statement, I'm taking the input from the user for the array I have declared. And then to check odd and even, we know that we have to check the modulo. If I modulo 2 is equals to 0, then the number is even, else the number is odd. But we are using array over here, and array is stored in the variable a of 50. So we have to take, so our numbers will be stored in a of I. So over here, what are we going to do is we are going to check whether the a of I modulo 2 is equals to 0 or not. So for array, we are going to use a of I. Before that, we were using just a single variable and we were checking only for that number. And over here in this program, we are going to check for the numbers entered by the user. If a of I modulo 2 is equals to 0, then you are going to print it in an even numbers. And if it is not equal to 0, then it is an odd number. Executing the program. So I'm giving the array size as 5, then elements 12, 2, 16, 1, 25. So even numbers are 12, 2 and 16. Odd numbers are 1 and 25. Any doubts till now? So the next program is you need to find the maximum element from one-dimensional array. Same way we have to take a single array of some numbers and then you need to find the maximum out of it. So you need to compare each and every element with the previous element. So I'm giving you 5 minutes. All of you do it, else I will show the code. So in this program, what you have to do is you have to take an array of a size. Then you need a max variable for storing the maximum number which you are going to get as an output. So max is our output variable and array is an input variable and I is a loop variable and n for half many. N is an array number, means how many elements you want to store in an array. So I have taken the elements to be stored in array as in that has been stored in n. Then I have taken the input for first element. I have stored the first element as a max element and then we'll be comparing with each and every number. So what will happen is, for example, I'm taking the first element that is a of 0 as 1, then 1 will be stored as a max for now. Then what will happen, you will be comparing a of 0 with a of 1, whether it is less than or greater than. You will be checking that, you will be comparing each element with the max. Max should be always greater than any of a loop, any of an array element. So we are checking this condition that max must be greater than a of 1 or not. If it will max will not be greater than a of 1, then we'll be swapping that number or we'll be storing that element into a max. So for that, I have taken the first element as max and assigned the max as a first element of an array. Now I'm taking the for loop. We'll be entering the values and as the values will be coming to it, it will be compared with the max. If a of I is greater than max, then max is equals to a of I. This is the logic for finding the max. And then I'm printing the maximum value. Now executing the program. So I'm taking the size of an array as 5. The first element is 1. The second element is I'm keeping as 25, then 20, then 55, and 2. So the maximum element is 55. What will happen is first max will be assigned the value as 1. Then it will check whether the 1 is greater greater than 25 or not. No. So what will have now, max will be having the value of 25. Then again the same thing will be done with the 20, then 55. As 55 is greater than the max we have assigned, so it will check, it will store 55 in the max, and then it will be checking with the 2, and at the end the max variable will be 55. Moving on to the next program. Next program is write a C program to calculate average, geometric, and harmonic mean of n elements of an array. What is said in the program? You need to take the n array of n elements, and you need to calculate the average. What is the average for? Let us consider n is equals to 5. So what will be the average? Average will be a of 1 plus a of 2 plus a of 3 plus a of 4 plus a of 5 whole divided by 5. That is for the average. Then same for the harmonic mean. And what other thing they have said is the harmonic mean and the geometric mean of the array. So I want you all to find the average of 5 elements, geometric mean and harmonic mean. I will find it out. Take an array of n elements and find the average of all 5 elements you have given as an input. Once you are done with doing that, just let me know. Anyone done with the calculating the average of an array? Okay, then here it is the answer to this practical. How can we calculate the geometric mean of any number? Can anyone say me? Can anyone say me what is the formula to find the geometric mean of any number or the numbers? So geometric mean of any number is the number multiplied like the array elements we are having. So I can term array element as a of 1 into a of 2 into a of 3 till 1 raised to n. Sorry, till a of I. And then I have to divide it, power it, power it. This way in C programming. But before that, we need to find the multiplication of each and every element like a of 1, a of 2, a of 3 till a of I. So first sum variable declared over here is for calculating the sum for average. The second sum is for multiplying each and every element of an array. And the third, we need to find the harmonic mean. So the sum plus 1 divided by a of I. That is for harmonic mean. And at the end, what to find the average? What we are doing is we are dividing sum with n. So we'll get the average. Then to find the geometric mean, we have to do the give the sum the power of 1 by n. So what exactly this is it is a of 1 into a of 2 a of 3 a of 4 raised to 1 by n. So raised to will be doing as this. So power of 1 by 2, and that we are doing over here. And before programs, how we have used the power function, power x comma whatever power we wanted to do. Means if I want x square, then it was the variable and the square. So over here also the power of something which I want to do, so that variable and the power. So over here the power is 1 by n. Next, the same for harmonic mean, n into the power of sum raised to 1 sum raised to minus 1 to find the harmonic mean. And then at the end I have used a printf statement to print the output. So I'm taking the array of 5. Position 1, I'm giving it as 12, then 1, 2, 10, and 5. So the average is 6. The harmonic mean is 4.1289. Sorry, that is geometric mean, and harmonic mean is 2.654867. Any doubts till now? Any doubts? Okay. Now the 36th program says about write a program to shorten given array using insertion sort, bubble sort, selection sort, merge sort, quick sort, or hip sort. So any one of the sorting algorithm I'm going to use here, that is a bubble sort, and other algorithms, other sorting methods you need to implement by your own. I'm going to give the algorithm about a bubble sort. I'm going to explain you, and then we'll implement it. So first of all, what is sorting? Sorting is arranging the array in ascending order or in descending order. Over here, the sorting is to arrange into a ascending order. For example, we are right now giving the array value as 12, 10, 13, 8, and 18. So sorting means you are arranging this all values in an ascending order. So which will be my first value, that is 8, 10, 12, 13, and 18. This is an unsorted array, and this is the sorted array. So there are several methods for sorting an array in the C and in the data structures. So the first method is a bubble sorting method. What is bubble sorting method? Bubble sort, let us take the same example of 12, 10, 13, 8, and 18. So what bubble sort does is, bubble sort will be comparing the pairwise values and then swap the values. So what it will compare first? First pair it will compare, that is 12 and 10. So it will check which is a greater. So we are comparing 10 with 12, so 12 is greater. So what will happen in the first step? It will swap the value. So 10 will come at the first position and 12 will be in the position of 10. So swapping will be performed there, and the later portions will be as it is. Now in the next step, it will compare 12 and 13. So there is no swapping as 13 is greater than 12. So as it is in the next step, then again in the next step, what will happen? It will compare 13 and 8. So as 8 is less than 13, so swapping will happen. So in the place of 8, 13 will go, and at the place of 13, 8 will be coming. So 8, 13, 18. So in the bubble sort, after the one pass, the last element will be at its correct position or will be bubble up at the end position. So this is what the bubble sort does. Again, it will go till n minus 1 pass, and in the next pass will be having 13 at its place. Sorry, yes, 13 at its place, then 12 at its place, and at the end will get the sorted error, that is 8 comma 10 comma 12 comma 13 and comma 18. So at the end our output will be this after performing this many steps and this many passes. Now the program for bubble sort. So we know the swapping logic. That swapping logic is we have to take a third variable and store there some value, and then we can perform the swapping. Right? So same thing I have done over here. The pair element is less than a of I, then swapping will be performed. The maximum element will go at the a of j position. Executing the program. Doing for 5, again I'm giving it as 10, 8, 13, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 8, 10, and 13. This way the sorting is done. What will be happening over here? That first two elements will be compared, that is 10 and 8. So 8 will go at first position and 10 will come at second position, as 10 is greater than 8. Then again 10 and 13 will be compared. So there will be no swapping, as 13 is already greater than 10. Then 13 and 2 will be compared. So what will happen? 13 will go at the place of second, at fourth position, and 2 will come at third position. And again 13 and 1 will be compared. So 13 will be at the last position at the end of the first pass. Then again this second pass will have as many steps. Any doubts, anyone? Moving on to next, that is the string programs. What is the difference between the string data type and the character data type? Can anyone say? The difference between character data type and a string data type? So in the string data type, you can enter character variable will contain only single character. To store the name of any student in character data type, I need to take character array. But if I'm using the string variable, string data type, then I don't the whole name in a one variable. So what does this program says? The program says about that if I have entered a string student, then I need to find out a character from that given string. So if I enter U, so U is at what position, that you need to find out. This is what the program says about. So what I have done is that I have taken the character array of 50, right? Then I have taken integer I for the loop and count variable as 0. So if I get the given character, if I get the entered character in the string, then the count will be 1, else it will be 0. So this is a boolean variable we have used. Now what I have done is enter a string. To get a string from a user, we were using scanf to enter any of the variable, or the to get an input from the user. To get a string as an input from the user, we are using over here is a get s, and we have to use a strings function in your program, you have to include the header file string.h. The get s is get string from user, same as scanf, we are having get s function for the string. second is and enter a character you want to find. So over here we am taking string as student, and over here the character will be you. So what will it happen? It will, the string length will calculate the length of the word entered. Whatever I'm entering over here means I have entered the student as my string. So that will be stored in this word variable, that is in character array. So what we are doing is we are calculating the length of that word. So what will be the length of word? 7. So the loop will be iterating till 7 times. And the string length, to find string length is a function that will find the length of a string, and that string is word in which we have stored that string. So now what happens? If the character is equals to word of I, the character I have entered u. So if u is equals to word of I, then count plus plus. How many times that u occurred in this string entered is counted here. So is counted by the count, as we have done count 0. So it is occurring only one time in my string. So count value will be 0. So I'm entering the string student and finding the u. Character u occurred one time. Any doubts, students? Moving on to the next practical, 38. It says that write a program to replace a character in a given string. So again, what I need to do, I need to first find out this word and then replace that character with a given character. So I'm giving over here the string as student. Then I'm saying that you need to replace u with I. So first, what will you do? You have to find out the u from the loop, and then at that place you will be doing you will be initialize you will be assigning that word of I to I. So explaining from the program, so you will get to know. So enter a string, enter a character to be replaced, and enter the replacement character. So character, what is our string? Our string is student. Then what is the character to be replaced? That is u. And what I want in place of u, that is I. Now we will be checking that s of I is not equal to null. If it is not null, then going to check that is s of I is equal to character. What is stored in the character? In the character, we have stored the character to be replaced. So we need to check if s of I is equal to that character, then s of I is assigned a value of replaced character. That is, if I get u in this string, then u will be replaced to I. And then the loop plus plus. So the string is student. To character to be replaced u and replaced with I. So the modified string is stdident. Moving on to next, let us write a program to delete a character in a given string. So again, you need to do the same. You need to find it out, the character to be deleted. Then you need to delete that character. So here again the string is student. Then enter a character to be deleted. I am deleting the u from the string. Then it will calculating the string length. As much as will be the string length, the loop will be iterating as much as the string length will be there. So if character is not equal to word of I, if word of J comes, then it will be assigned as null. Given string student character u. So u is deleted and now the string is stdent. Any doubts till now? Okay.
Would do
Any doubts till now, students? The 40th program is about to reverse a given string. So when we had done the reverse of any number, like I have given 401 402 as a number, then 22041. We had done the reverse of number. Now what we need to do is reverse of a string. So I'm giving student as a string. So what will be the reverse string for me? STENDS, sorry, US. This is the given string, and I need to find out this. In this string, we are already having a function that is a strrev, that is a string reverse function. So that I have used here. I'll be getting string from the user, then providing it to a function, and I will get the reverse of a string done. So this strrev is a string reverse function, and I have provided there the string. So giving the string student, so using string reverse function, you can easily reverse any string. Moving on to the next program. The next program is to convert a string into an uppercase. We are also having a functions for the same, to convert any string to the uppercase. String uppercase str qpr is the function to convert any string into an uppercase. So over here, the provided string will be student, and the output will be student. Lowercase converted into the uppercase. We are also having the function to convert the string into lowercase also. I hope I'm clear to you all. If you have any doubts, just let me know. Next, next program is about defining a function. What is a function? Can anyone say what is a function? What the function mean is, function is a collection of steps to perform some task. For example, you have been given over here is to add the n integer numbers. So how the function is defined? The function is defined over here. You can use void or any data type. This is the syntax for defining the function. Please pay attention to it. Or the data type, then function name and the arguments or the variables you need to pass inside the function that you need to provide over here in the bracket. Then curly braces and the steps to be performed should be written inside the curly braces. Then if you are using any of the data type, for example, in place of void, you are using integer, float or anything, you need to have the return type. So return any variable. That is, for example, over here, we need to find out the sum of n numbers. So I can return sum. So this is how the function is defined. Void or else any data type. Then the name of the function. And arguments or variable to be passed inside the function. And then you have to call a function. So what I have done is I have called the function inside my main function. You have to call your function inside your main function. And what I have passed over there is the n. What is n? N is the integers number, means the the numbers that are to be added, that will be stored in n variables. So what I have passed is, I have passed n as an argument or a variable in a function. So what will happen? It will take the variable in loop, then it will sum all the variables and then print the output. That is, it will print the sum. So this is my function. It is having a data type integer, then the name of the function, that is add number, and the argument that is to be passed, or a variable to be passed inside a function that we are going to use in the function. So the variable declared inside the function is sum equals to 0 and I. I is the loop variable for taking the n integer numbers to add, and sum to store the summation of all the integer numbers. So here we have taken the n integer numbers, then we are going to add that n integer numbers. Sum is equals to sum plus I. The coming integer number will be added over here, and printf sum. So I have given the output sum, output variable sum in the printf statement. Enter the numbers to be added, that is 12. So first 12 numbers that I have added. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. So addition of first 12 numbers is 78. Any doubts, students? So next is write a function in the program to return 1 if the number is prime, otherwise return 0. So I'm giving you all 10 minutes. I just need from you the function. Have to declare a function that answer I want from you, and what will be in the function to check whether the number is prime or not. So I'm giving you 10 minutes, just write it out, write down the function. I don't want anything else. I just need you to know how to write a function, how to declare a function, and how to call a function in the main. Only this many steps you need to do. So your 10 minutes starts now. The program is open for your reference so that you can make a function by seeing the previous program. Anyone has done? Anyone has at least written a function also? Over here at the end, I have declared a function prime, and given as an integer data type. So there is a return type. If n of I is equals to 0, so any divided by any of the number from 2 to any 2 to the number, and if there will be 0, then it will return 0, else return 1. So that return will be checked here in the p. P is equals to prime m. I have declared a variable p, and in the variable p I have stored the return value of a function, as I have called the function with that p variable, and I have stored the output of or the return type of the prime function into the p variable. So we'll be checking if the p is equals to 1, then the number is prime, else it is not prime. So I'm entering the number 5, and 5 is a prime number. The next program is to exchange the values, means you have to perform a swapping between two variables using a function. So this program is to be done by you as your practice work. 14th program, you have to write a function that will be swapping two variables. We have already done the program of swapping. You have to just keep that logic into the function, and you have to call the function in your main. So this program is for you in your practice work. So you all can give me your attendance in the chat box. Everyone give me your attendance in the chat box.